Welcome to BrokenGrandAm. Today we're going to talk about one of the most controversial parts on these cars, the transmission. What we're going to do today is show you how to do a fluid and filter change. We're going to show how to change the transmission lines on these things, which will bring us to how to fill and check our fluid level. Neither job is too bad. The lines are fairly simple, just a little hard to get to, and the fluid filter exchange, although a little time consuming, really isn't bad either. The most difficult part about the whole system is checking the fluid. Now, some fluid based issues you may come up with, slipping, hard shifting, not moving at all, or just leaks in general. Non-related, which I'm not going to cover because I'm not a pro at automatic transmissions. I just know how to service it in this car. Solenoids can go bad. The PCM can have issues. Most of the time, if there's something up with those, you're going to get codes. Read the codes, find out what's going on, take it to a shop. There's tons of reputable shops out of there that'll work on these transmissions, they'll overhaul them and whatnot. But for the simple servicing of just a basic fluid exchange, we're going to show you how that's done. So first what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get into our car. So here's our trans pan right here. Okay, you have your bolts all the way around. What you're going to want to do is loosen, break them all loose, and then pretty much take out these two, probably these two also. I'll show you once I get the fluid going here. But basically to drain, you're going to kind of drop the back side of the pan so that it just, you can control where it's draining. If you plan on keeping the car a while and know you're going to have to do this again, there's ways you can add drain plugs to these pans. So let's go ahead and get this going. Get ourselves a drain pan and we'll get this fluid draining. So now we got our pan. We're gonna get a 8mm socket. We're gonna go ahead and start back here. Like I said, you want to loosen the back ones first because you want it to drain out the back. So we'll go ahead and loosen these back ones first. Okay, we're going to coax this a little bit with a flathead. And we'll go ahead and loosen these just a little more. Let's speed the process. Okay. There you go. Alright. As you see, as I work my way around here, it starts draining easier and easier. Go ahead and look at drain here, and we'll come back and check on it in a minute. While I pry this and continue to drain this, talk about leaks. So the rubber gasket that goes around this pan, if that fails, that can leak. If you hit something, you can puncture the pan. The lines, the cooler lines, which you can't see, we're gonna show you how to change those. Those can rust out and leak. There's seals on one end that go into the trans that I'll share the part number with for you. Axle seals are another possibility. We're not going to visit those today. But you know, there's other videos out there that describe how to change those. So kind of support as you pry down. You'll probably still get a little more fluid. Guess it's going to be a little bit of a pain apparently. There we go. Alright. So there's your pan off. Now when you drop this, you know, the only thing we're going to worry about is our filter right here, which is inserted over here. Wiggle, pry a little bit. It's literally just pressed in. There it goes. And then when you put your new one in, some of them come with like a cap so that they fit different transmissions. You won't need that for ours. So then what you would end up doing is take your new one and just kind of a wiggle and it'll pop back in place. That's pretty much all there is to the filter. Okay, so here's what your pan looks like. And this is actually a gasket that's been replaced before. It's like a steel impregnated rubber. You're actually able to reuse it. But when you get a new filter, they almost always come with a new gasket. So if you have a new gasket, just use it. It's out. You might as well. So we're gonna go ahead and get this cleaned up. What you want to do is get the pan nice and clean. We'll be able to wipe out. And then here, kind of take note how the fluid looks. Ours here looks a little burnt. The car had 200,000 miles on it, so who knows when it was ever serviced. It, I mean, it drove and shifted just fine. So, according to GM, these are non-serviceable. How true that is up to you to decide. Which, if you're watching this video, you decided to service it. This is a magnet. What that magnet does is it's going to try to catch all the any kind of metal shavings, you know, any kind of imperfections that come off to save from the pump sucking it up and getting clogged. So make sure you clean that off. Kind of take note, you know, if you're seeing metallic stuff, you've got bigger issues. If not, you know, like this one, you know, proceed with new filter and new fluid. And one final pass where our fingerprints were. And yeah, that's it. You're ready to get your new gasket ready and install our pan. So we got our gasket surface cleaned up here. Like I said, just a little fluid on there. Just wipe it off. Let's get our pan ready and back in place. Only goes one way, so you don't have to worry about mixing anything up here. I use those little guys to help you pop it back up in place. Get a couple bolts started. And then go ahead and get all the other ones started. Now if you end up with an all rubber gasket, it won't have the rigidity that this one does. So something like, you know, putting these bolts in may become difficult. What you can do to help with that is when you go to install it, take just a little bit of black RTV and run a bead around the pan, and then go ahead and lay the gasket down on that. That'll help keep the gasket in place. So now we have all bolts put back in, all 12 in total. We'll go ahead and tighten it down. Okay, now that we have our pan on, we're going to go ahead and talk about the trans cooler lines. If you're not going to mess with those, I'll give you time here. We'll go ahead and skip ahead to filling and starting this thing. So our trans cooler lines, you have one here, one just below the low radiator hose. Right below the electrical plug, which is right here, there's one 10mm nut that holds a plate that's holding both lines into the trans. Or up here, our lines are a 16mm. Go ahead and we'll pop this guy loose. Now watch, because there will be a little bit of fluid coming out of these guys, but not too much. So we'll let that guy hang, and we'll go ahead and go underneath. Okay, so to gain access, like usual, we're going to take this guy off again. Whether it be screws or zip ties or whatever. And we'll come up under here. Now you can see these lines looking pretty rough. It's kind of an example of what can happen. Not to mention this transition here from rubber to metal can also go bad. So here's our other fitting. And like I said, you're gonna get a little fluid. So once we have that side off, we go ahead and tackle this side. Now you can see a little better where the two lines go in. Right in between is that nut. So that nut is a 10mm. It's gonna be a little tricky to get to, but it's possible. So it does get a little tricky getting in there, but with the right combination of, so I'll use the deep socket and two of my little tiny extensions. So it should be one of the small, I guess you would call it, a little 3-inch guy. That'll put you just inside where the fan is. In theory, you should be able to, won't be much, but you'll be able to get in there and turn it. Okay, so after finesse and patience, cut it off. So, at this point, we're going to do some wiggling. And your lines will come out. That's what they look like. Now there's seals right there on the inside of the trans where these go in. Those can also go bad. And I find that they're actually pretty difficult to find. They're not even listening for the car, they're listening for the transmission. So here's the part number for that. And then we're gonna go ahead and reverse our order here and get these installed. So just finesse up into the car. Get it as close as you can to, flush to the car. Start your nut, and then go ahead and tighten it down. While we're under here, go ahead and we'll stick this guy up into where it needs to be. Go ahead and we'll put the bottom line in and tighten it. Line up our top line here. And we'll tighten it down. And that's your lines. Okay, for our fill, always hard to see in these cars. So between the crossover and air box, there's a little red cap. Not really little, but all you can see is a little red cap. Basically, to make your life simple, we're going to take this air box out. Remember, with the air box, take your two flatheads here, flathead here, unplug everything, that'll take your top off, and then a 10mm here, a 10mm down there, that'll get the bottom out, and we can get to work. And just like that, there's tons of room. So, even says trans fluid on it. Okay. So, I'm going to take that off. We'll get ourselves a funnel. That's going to take a little time, but this skinny one fits just into place. Now as far as how much, for a drain refill like this for a gasket filter change, spec is 7 quarts, and a complete overhaul, including the torque converter, is 9.5 quarts. So we'll go ahead and fill this thing up with the 7 quarts. I'll put it back together and I'll show you where the check plug is. Now this is all back together. I'll take our walk over here to the passenger side. Get this wheel off and get the car back level as possible. You know, whether that be put like a 4x4 under the frame rail. You know, a jack stand is going to be too high. You're going to have to bring it down a little bit lower than that. And you're going to come under here. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So here's our control arm, here's our transmission, the pan that we just did. And this bolt right here. So that bolt right there, 11mm, is going to be our fluid check. What you're going to do, you get your car up to temp. Okay, so your coolant needle in the middle, or wherever it usually sits. Shut it off. Come under here and set the car up. Crack this loose. Go ahead and fire the car up. Come under and take this bolt out. And from what I've learned, the rule of thumb is you want a steady drip. If it's flowing out, you're too full, and if you don't have nothing, you don't have enough. Then once you're done and satisfied, make sure that bolt's tight. Got to put your wheel back on, put your car back on the ground. While it's running, what you're going to do, you're going to sit in here, put your foot on the brake, and you're just going to go through each gear. All the way down to 1. And slowly back up the other way to park and see what you got. If you did everything right, it'll be shifting like it should. With the higher mileage, guys, it's kind of shaky. You know, at the very most, just change the fluid and filter. Don't do a full flush. If you do a full flush, you can risk breaking some stuff down on the inside that's built up over the years, causing slips. Kind of at your own risk if you feel you can salvage what's left. These transmissions are plentiful. Like I said, there's plenty of shops out there that do work on these, and we've called on one for our daily, and for about $1,500, they have a reman ready to go, and they'll install it for us, and they just take our old one as a core. So a little pricey, but it's basically a new transmission, and it saves all the headache of tearing all this out. So that wraps it up for this one. Any questions, leave them in the comments. Find me on social media. It's just a BrokenGrandAm on Instagram. I can get you torque specs. If you want to see the pages of the actual fluid specs, I can share those things. And see you guys on the next one.